Good morning. I have to tell you, I was so impressed by your work. Beautiful. Graduates, faculty, family, and friends, it's a tremendous privilege to stand before you today receiving the doctorate from the Academy of Art University, a place that's filled with creativity and imagination and the promise of great stories yet to be told. I would like to begin by thanking Dr. Lisa Stevens and Jana Memmel for selecting me for this honor. When I started my journey, I had a big dream and no real idea of how to get there. I just knew I was going to go to college, major in film, and then try to figure it out from there. I had no connections in the film business, but I believed in myself, and I also believed that if I had nothing to fall back on, I wouldn't fall back. I don't know where I got that idiotic idea, but it worked for me. I learned that you need a few things in order to succeed in any creative endeavor. Definitely talent, but just that's not enough. You also need timing and luck and the ability to advocate for yourself in the beginning because no one else is going to do it for you. And no matter how much talent you have, you won't get far if no one knows about it. But that's just the beginning. After you get your first break, you want to keep going, and you want your career to last hopefully a lifetime. So how do you do that? For me, it had to do with two things. One was not thinking I was ever good enough to not do anything required. So in the beginning, that included fetching coffee. Later, it might mean writing a Hallmark movie, even after I'd written big studio films. The second was being willing to pivot and reinvent myself whenever I hit a wall. And I did, many times. So after years of writing big comedic movies, I found that those type of movies weren't being made anymore. By the time I hit my early 40s, I was the sole support of 2 kids, and I had to find another way. So I started writing TV movies. I had a lot of them made, and while I didn't have the prestige of a studio movie or pay what studio movies did, they got us through. Then the entire TV movie business failed, and I turned to something new, so I wrote and produced a child's animated show. When the opportunity came to write the book for the musical of 9 to 5, I took that, and I got to have my dream of having my name in lights on Broadway. Never thought that would happen. Once my kids were grown, I went after a job working on Mad Men, and it was my first time in a writer's room, which is not something people generally begin doing in their 60s. But I went on to work on a number of other television shows, and I learned a brand new skill set, which was working with other writers. Because remember, I wrote features, which means I got very good at sitting alone in a room with just my brain, but I learned how to collaborate and be part of a team. Most recently, I started doing stand-up, proving it's never too late to reinvent yourself, confront your fears, and try something new. Every medium taught me different lessons, but one truth emerged consistently. Your voice matters. Your perspective, your individual story, those are your most powerful assets, and no one else in the 8 billion people in the world has them, just you. You are graduating into a difficult world, but don't be afraid to challenge the norms, and remember, success rarely follows a straight line. I've written, as most people have, far more failures than successes. The successes taught me what works sometimes, but the failures taught me resilience and humility. As artists, you have the power to shape culture, influence hearts, and ignite change. Never forget that, and use that power well. I'd like to close by thanking 3 people who are here today, my son Connor, and 2 of my dearest, oldest friends, Karen Stern and Jana Memmel. They've always been an ear to bounce ideas off of and a support in every way. Students, find those people in your life and stay close to them and be a support to them too. Congratulations, class of 2025. The world is waiting eagerly to see the stories you have yet to tell. Go out there, embrace the fear, trust your unique voice, and make us proud. We're waiting to hear from you. Thank you.